make a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you fling.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Nick Atkin on South China Morning Post in Hong Kong. This is post-fight. Today, my guest is Thanh Le, the One Championship featherweight #1 contender. He's going to be fighting Martin Nguyen at One Championship inside the Matrix in Singapore, October 30. Thanh Le, how's everything going, man?
Going wonderful. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's all good. It's all good. So I'm sorry if I've caught you a bit late over there. I'm always a bit weary of the time difference. Where are you exactly? Florida, right? And how late is it?
I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana. And what time is it? It is coming up on midnight. So
cool. So I won't keep you too long. I'm really sorry.
No problem at all.
Awesome. Yeah. So did you just get done training today or what?
Yeah, we got finished with training and got a little food in and refueled, rehydrated, and back at home ready to talk to you guys.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, when do you fly off then? Because I spoke to Ongla, who's obviously training with Martin. I think they're heading out on the Thursday or 22nd. Is it similar for you, is it?
Yeah, I leave the 20th, so I leave Tuesday.
And is it a 31-hour trip as well? I think he said they're going to be having.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice little flight. I think my first flight is to LA. That's usually 4 or 5 hour flight. And then off to Singapore, it's direct from there. So I think that one's about 17 and a half hours.
Damn. So
have you on a plane.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do? Do you watch the films, read the books?
All of the above, but I'll be obviously with my two corners and a lot of standing and walking around and stretching. I look like a weirdo on the plane, but we stay mobile.
Yeah. So do you got to pass a COVID test before you fly or when you land? Do you know anything about that yet?
Both. I just took one here at home. Home, New Orleans. And when I land in Singapore, we'll do another. And then before we take off, after the fight is said and done, we'll do another and then head back. Sweet.
Well, yeah, how's the training been going then? Because it's been a bit on and off for you. You were announced as Martin's challenger a while ago, but then the pandemic put paid to some of those events. I think one had lined up in April. So it's been off and on. Been frustrating for you, or you just been going with the flow?
No, I'm pretty easygoing. Going with the flow is a good way to describe it. But yeah, the original fight was scheduled the 17th of April, I believe. We were ready to go and take this belt from Martin, but got pushed back, obviously, with all the craziness, which is 100% understandable. But training / camp never really stopped for me. Continued going through my normal routine, getting better, getting sharper, obviously staying around fight weight, continuing to develop, grow, and sharpen the game plan. So I'll be honest with you, the longer I have to train, the longer I have to prepare for the guys that are coming up, Martin, every opponent in the future, the worse it is for them. So, and the better it is for me. So I can't really complain there. The more time, the better. But it's nice to finally have a date, get ready to fly out, and me and him can punch each other in the face.
Yeah, it's two strikers, isn't it? How do you think it's going to match up? How do your games differ, if they do at all? You both have similar strengths. Do you see a weakness you can exploit?
Everybody's got a weakness, Martin included, myself included. So the name of the game is to keep it out of that realm and to keep it into your A games and continue running those as far as strategy and game plan goes. But Martin's a great fighter. I say this in every interview. He's a great champion, great fighter. Got an awesome team behind him. That's why it's so exciting to be able to fight him. I tell everybody this, but this is why I do this sport. I don't do it so I can drive a Ferrari. I don't do it so I can have this piece of gold thing hanging around my waist. I do it so I can fight the best guys on the planet. And that's what championship means to me. That's what title fights mean to me. That's what being number 3 and then number 1 and then having a C next to my name. That's what that means. I get to fight the best guys in the world every time. No easy routes, no shortcuts. And that's the whole purpose of doing this for me. And that's what I enjoy, and that's what keeps me motivated. But for this fight, you're going to see obviously a ton of fireworks. Two strikers. Martin's well-rounded. Nobody has seen yet if I'm well-rounded or not. So I'm really excited for this fight to play out and to see where this fight goes. But I do see this fight staying on the feet for a little while. I think Martin's going to get a feel for my speed, for my directness, for my movement, for my footwork. And then I think he'll turn into a wrestler and a grappler pretty quick.
Yeah, I was going to say you've had 3 finishes in one, 2 first round, I think 1 second round. You've never gone past the second round, I think, in your career. Are you prepared for 5 rounds if it goes the distance?
That's what I'm working for. That's what I'm prepared for. That's what I want to happen. I want these guys to see everything I have. I want to be able to display Thanh as a mixed martial artist, not just somebody who can hit hard and fast and put somebody down in a minute or two. Again, we talk about being a martial artist and being a fighter and fighting the best guys in the world. But that's the whole goal, is to fight the best guys, because I'm continuing to develop myself and my game to be the best fighter I could possibly be. Whatever that ceiling is, just completely bust through it and be even better the next day and better after that. So, Martin's going to bring that out of me, I know. And then my next fight's going to do that. And then the fight after that's going to do that. There's no end in sight yet, which is a great thing for me to feel, So I'm excited for those things to play out.
Do you feel a little bit underrated, being, I guess, the underdog some people are calling you in this fight? Do you think you deserve that tag or what?
Sure. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest with you. But sure, Martin's been a champ for a long time. He's beaten a ton of really good guys. So do you blame him? No, he's earned that spot. He deserves it. My job's to go out there and take it from him and to prove all these guys wrong. But I've been doing my entire career. So it's nothing new to me. And I like it.
And it looks like it's going to be a cage, I think, or the circle, as one likes to call it. I think you fought the ring last time out in Bangkok, was it? January 10th. Does that make a difference to you? What do you prefer?
If I had to pick, I would pick the cage. I would pick the circle. But I had 2 successful outings in the ring. That was a lot of fun. That was very different and presents a new set of problems for me. But I think... I'm not sure who chose, if Champ gets to pick or whatnot, or just depending on the venue. But honestly, it really doesn't make a huge difference to me. But if I had to pick, I'd pick the cage.
Yeah, and you mentioned Martin's obviously got a very decorated resume and won championship. Say if you did win by whatever means necessary, would you give him a rematch immediately? Have you thought about that, or are you not focusing on that kind of thing?
I mean, I'm never really super focused on what's in front of me, but I think Martin's done such a great job as a champ, held himself as a respectable champion, and has beaten a ton of guys, earned his spot there. He's one of the best featherweights that one has seen. So it doesn't matter if I go out there and put him out in 25 seconds or it takes a decision to beat this man. If I do come back with the belt, I think he does deserve a rematch.
What do you think about your division as well, though? Because it's one of the most stacked, I would say, in one championship. And I know Martin wants to clear out his division. I think he's got options to go up or down again. But what do you think of that? You've got a guy like Gary Tonin, number 5. Do you think he's like the dark horse in the division or what?
No, I mean... I'm not sure what the pure definition of a dark horse is, but everybody knows who Gary is. He's had a couple of good fights, and as if I were to take this belt from Martin, I'd like to see whoever challenges next. He's in the top 5. Fight a top 5 guy and earn your spot to fight for the belt. That's perfect. I mean, that's what guys do to get their spot, and it would only make sense for them to do that, whoever the next guy they decide to put in line for the belt is. But like I said, Definitely, Martin's the only thing that's on my brain and in front of my face right now. So I don't have well prepared answers for anything past that.
Yeah, well, I guess this will be annoying then, given you just said that. But what do you think of Christian Lee being number one contender in the division, considering he's obviously the lightweight champ and he hasn't fought in that division for a while? But you're number three. Does that bother you?
No, not at all, man. I think they're doing a good job with the rankings. Makes sense, They fought twice. He's lightweight champ, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But maybe we'll keep an eye on Christian and see if we can visit him in his division later on.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was going to ask as well. Would you like to go up? Is that something you want to look into in one championship?
Absolutely. That's the only thing I will rule out is going down because I won't be able to make that weight. But up one would be nice.
Yeah. What's it like for you competing in one? You've obviously had experience, with Contender Series and UFC. Do you prefer the weight cutting system here? As in, there is no cut. The hydration test. How does that affect you on the fight week?
I definitely prefer the way it is at one. I think it's safer. I think all organizations should move to it. I think it's a great idea and it plays out well for the fighters. And I think you get better fights that way. But, I made 45 for a really long time. I was good at it. This making 55 dieting down with the hydration protocols and all is a little new to me. I have done it 3 times. But it is still relatively new since I've cut to 45 so many different times. But, I'm still trying to perfect it and get used to it. But, weight's good. And obviously I expect to make weight for this fight. So, but yeah, just kind of ironing out those kinks and making sure we're on track for things like that. But I do prefer this weigh-in protocol and hydration protocols and things like that over 45.
Have you brought anyone in or been training with anyone specifically to prepare for Martin and his style? Or, if anything, you don't want to give it away, that's fair enough.
Always bringing in guys. I've got a great team down here, a small team, but a great team. And I got some real skilled guys that are able to adapt and adjust their fighting style based on what I ask of them. We've got some great guys that I've done some obviously some hard sparring rounds with. I've got one of my main coaches and my brother and training partner, Vin Lee, who's an extremely skilled striker who's able to pretty much mimic anything you can imagine out there, which is an incredible resource that is so beneficial. I've got, my buddy in town actually right now, staying with me, Ryan Hall, who won the Ultimate Fighter, working with me, picking his brain as much as possible and getting some great training in. So it's a lot of things that we outsource. There's a lot of things that we keep in house, and I think it's worked really well so far, and we're just going to keep on that train.
Any update on Ryan when he might fight next? I know he's had a couple of bouts canceled.
Yeah. Nobody wants to fight this man. I don't blame y'all. I wouldn't want to fight him either. Dude's crazy. He's awesome. But somebody take that fight. I want to see him beat up on somebody. He's an amazing fighter, and he's so fun to watch. So.
Do you think that's something similar between him and Gary Tonin? Because Gary's told me a lot of people have turned down the chance to fight him, and he understands we don't want to fight you. You're dangerous. You're undefeated, and there's a high chance he can submit you. Would you take that fight? Do you think there's anything in that?
I mean, as a top-ranked fighter in the division or champion, if things play out the way we want them to, you don't get to turn down fights. You are the champion. You fight the best guys. And if anything, like personally, if anything in your little brain wants to tell you maybe not to take the fight, that's the first fight you should take. This is why you do this sport. Who is the biggest challenge? Did they earn their spot? Is he the biggest challenge? He's next. Whoever that guy may be. That name is obviously replaceable based on who's climbing the ranks, who's winning fights, but you don't turn down fights like that. You fight fights like that. That's the point of this. You don't try to tiptoe around good guys or the scary guys or the specialists, because guys have done that to me and it makes no sense. And I'm not going to do that to anybody.
What about this whole card then? You just give me your thoughts. 4 title fights. I know you got your own one to worry about, but what are you looking forward to most on that card? And how great is it to be a part of this kind of event?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously what I'm looking forward to most is taking this belt from Martin, but man, the main event, I mean, watching, I'm so happy to be able to watch Christian fight and defend their titles. That's a hell of a card, man. And it's super exciting that one has made me a part of it, first of all. And that I get to be there and watch these guys fight and fight myself. Like, it's the best of both worlds.
You feel like this is the biggest moment of your career?
Sure. I mean, honestly, I think every fight that's about to happen, whatever's next in front of me, is the biggest fight of my career. Every fight's make or break, if you look at it that way, but it's all about getting better. It's all about fighting the best guys. I keep repeating myself, but I'm talking to you guys and I'm talking to myself. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. I'm just grateful to be able to do this for a job. I'm so excited to be able to step into the cage with one of the best guys. Like, that's the whole point of this, and it's really cool to be able to witness with all this going on, and to provide a little bit of entertainment for the fans if they decide to tune in, which they better. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
And yeah, just finally, what's your message to the fans and I guess to Martin to expect from you on October 30th, Singapore, inside the Matrix?
He already knows what to expect. I know what to expect. You're going to come, you're going to bring the heat, you're going to defend that belt with your life, and I'm going to do everything I can to take it from you. And it's going to be nothing but fireworks. It's going to be an excellent fight. And yeah, I'm coming to take it.
Nice to see. I think a lot of mutual respect between you and Martin, right?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Tanley, for joining me today on the show. Good luck for everything. Safe travels over there. I can't wait to watch the fight.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.